Media are not reporting on that because the media are BlackRock.
BlackRock runs on Aladdin. Aladdin is the AI that owns the world. Aladdin is the artificial intelligence that controls more wealth than any country on earth. This AI is so powerful that in the last 10 years, it has quietly created the world's largest ever company, BlackRock, gobbling up every asset class across every industry. From telco to beauty to media to food to tech companies, Aladdin now controls over $21 trillion of our global economy. To put that in perspective, that's more than the $20 trillion GDP of the US or the 15 trillion GDP of the entire EU. Now, protests are escalating in France because French President Macron passed legislation without a vote to steal from the working class by raising the retirement age. On April 6th, 2023, the protesters stormed the headquarters of BlackRock in Paris. Jerome Schmidt, a spokesperson for the French Union Solidaires, said this: "We went to the headquarters of BlackRock to tell them."
Media are not reporting on that because the media...
Okay, so we're going to talk about BlackRock real quick, but we're going to talk about AI, right? No offense to all my people of European descent and all those who view me as white. You know, I fuck with those that fuck with me, and I'm in solidarity with those whose mind is liberated and those who possess consciousness, right? So, in continuation, the white supremacy, the white man is a sore loser. And I ain't talking about the white man that's amongst us. I'm talking about the governments, the establishments, the G7, France, you know, Spain, all the colonizers. They're sore losers. And what I mean by they're sore losers is this. They know all the damage they did to black indigenous people, Indian indigenous people, and many other countries, Arabs and everything, right? You have people that can dish out pain and inflict pain, but they can't take pain. You know, it's easy to dish it out, but a lot of people can't take it. And I say that to say this. These people don't never want to lose grip of power, so they're constantly evolving and changing the rules to the game. So as the old school saying is, they moving the finish line, right? So they don't never want us to catch up. All right, so in the 60s and in the 50s and everything, the money was a big thing, right? And there was a wealth gap. But now there's so many black billionaires and black millionaires and all that. That's really nothing. There's young niggas getting millions. There's niggas 28, 25. There's young black millionaires. And, you know, there's young white millionaires too. But money isn't really nothing no more. The bag ain't nothing, so it's about the power. So now they switching the rules. They want to go to AI. They want to, they want to put your brain on a computer chip on a stack and put your body inside a cyborg or a mechanism so you can live forever, 2, 3, 4, 500 years. These people are searching for immortality because, right? Black indigenous and black and Indian indigenous and Africans and a lot of the people who was the natives and stuff like that, we're spiritual, right? So, you know, when we transcend to the ether realm, there's a gazillion of us over there, whether y'all believe it or not. Our ancestors, everybody who died during the slave trades, during the Indian massacre wars, everybody is on the inside the ether realm, right? So the ether realm is when you see all them stars in the sky, people tell you the stars is asteroids and planets and stuff and all that. The stars is not the importance in space. The importance in space is the blackness, the darkness, right? That's the melanin. That's the carbon. Black people and people of color of darkness, of darker hue, we're highly carbonated, right? So we at one with the universe, with the ether realm. Those are the ether realms, right? White man is scared to die in transition because he has no place in the spiritual world. And those that do have good hearts, they will be able to coexist in the kingdoms that exist in the ether realm, but they will not rule. And this is not racism, this is true. We'll talk another time where I get my information from, right, and what I study. But Arabs in Japan, America kind of fed the Arabs and the Japanese because these people believed so much in their spiritual beliefs that they was able to be kamikaze or suicidal with no fear of repercussions because they believed death, dying for something you believe in, makes you a martyr and you will be rewarded, right? So America was scared of these people. That's why they dropped, that's why they so-called dropped the bomb on Japan or whatever. They flamed them, whatever they did to Japan, but they put them in a place, right? Because the air fighters was they was kamikaze. The Arab fighters was suicide bombers, whatever they said, whatever. That's because these people's spiritual beliefs is through the roof. It ain't that they're weak and they're cowardly. How I'ma fight you with slippers and a robe on and y'all got night vision goggles, jets, all type of stealth bomber jets, tanks, submarines. I can't do nothing. I'm in slippers with a robe on and an AK. So I gotta play the best way I know how. So now I create water bombs, slipper bombs, hat bombs, button bombs, bottle bombs. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Y'all get the point. So anyway, these people, Elon Musk and Bill Gates, and they want to live forever through AI because these people is going to be punished. They're going to be tormented in the spiritual realm. Our ancestors and everybody of black descent and indigenous Indians and all that, our ancestors is over there in power. Niggas is ruling. These people is going to get punished. They're going to be our slaves. They're going to be in bondage. They're going to be tortured and fam, it's over for them. They know this. So they like, we going to stay here in robot form and put our brain on the chip. But that ain't going to stop nothing. We all plan, but God's plan is greater, people. So never forget that. But we got to evolve and we got to stay abreast on what's going on because everything they do, we got to find a solution and a way to combat it or evolve or exist within it without it dominating us. Because for every lock, there's a key. For every question, there's an answer. For every problem, there's a solution, and for every sickness, there's a cure. So anyway, let's move on.
I want you to get a farmer's almanac.
Oh, this lady's talking about the farmer's almanac, and then that'll just tell what different products have glass and all that in it. I will have to show y'all the screen for y'all to really tap into what she's saying on that. But let's go to something else.
Kellogg's is a corporation that in 2015 decided to remove artificial food dyes from their cereals, made a commitment to do so by the end of 2018. Well, they haven't done it yet, and so they recognize that these artificial food dyes are problematic. And in the UK and in Europe, they actually require a warning label that says may cause adverse effects on activity and attention in children. So they affect the hyperactivity of children. This affects children's health, these artificial food dyes. And they're creating new cereals like this Baby Shark cereal targeting little children. This is not stuff that little kids need to be eating. There's another chemical in there too called BHT. That's an endocrine disrupting chemical that can affect children's hormones.
The interesting thing about this is they do it differently in other countries.
Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, all of those cereals that Kellogg's makes in other countries, they're already making these cereals without artificial food dyes and without BHT. They already have the formula and the recipe. What's taking them so long? Kellogg's is a corporation that
Okay, so let me dissect this real quick. The first thing is this, right? In the European countries, Kellogg's and all the cereals, like she said, don't have the same chemicals as the cereals here. The reason why is this, right? The people of France, the French government, don't get it wrong, they do oppress their people. All these European governments do oppress their people. But they're not going to create a mass genocide and knock each other off, knowing they have a high birth defect rate right now, globally, right? So they're not going to do that, but they will pollute and contaminate people in America because America is a melting pot. America has blacks, Arabs, everybody from all over the world is in this country, right? So, but when you think of America, like outside of it, you think white man because you know that's who's in authority. But when it comes to winning Olympic medals and basketball and all that, it's always the blacks. with a sprinkle of a few other ethnicities, but for the last 100 years, it's always been blacks. Whether it was baseball, whether it was football, it's always our genetics that carry this fucking country. Whenever you see track racing, and they always try to get a black person to match up against the Jamaicans, because the Jamaicans is the fastest niggas ever. So who better to combat a black person than get another black person? That's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? And they always need us, and then they'll get the medal and be like, yeah, USA won. No, the black people won. You know, sometimes we have to take credit and deal with exclusiveness instead of inclusiveness. Sometimes we have to separate and give each other our flowers, because America piggybacks a lot off of our success, black success. But they suppress us. They at the top. They take credit for the moves we make. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was one thing. But another thing with the cereal, check this. Check how they loop you. Big business, right? So when we little on TV, there's Flintstone commercials, Flintstone kids, and there's Fruity Pebble commercials and Captain Crunch commercials and Tony the Tiger commercials. They're great. They getting us. Follow my nose. It always knows, right? Toucan Sand and all this funny bullshit, right? So when I was growing up, we eating cereal. Here come a fire truck. I hope this shit don't come this motherfucking way. Please make a right. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so anyway, we eating all these cereals when we younger, Saturday morning, when we watching cartoons, Earths, and, you know, Hulk Hogan rocking wrestling, Jackson 5 cartoon. We eating cereal, niggas knocking down Twinkies, Pop-Tarts. All this shit been having chemicals in it, right? Now when we in school, we act a little hyper. Oh, your kid got ADD or ADHD. Oh, maybe we need to diagnose them. And blah, blah, blah. I remember they used to tell my grandmother that I had a learning disability and I had ADD. But I'm knocking all the grades out. I'm smashing every test they give me. I'm fucking Nestle crunching them shits. But they was trying to say I had ADD and maybe I should get medicated. My grandmother told my teacher one time, you want me smack the shit out you? I'm not medicating my grandson. What the fuck, are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? And that's how my grandmother was. My grandmother was, you know, she was militant and diligent. She was on, you know, on certain aspects, she was a different movie. So anyway, They poison your kids with these Pop-Tarts, these chemicals, these Kool-Aids, and all these colorants and stuff like that. Then they say your kids is ADD and want to get them on medication and all that, right? So it goes from the cereal companies is making money, the school is making money, then they recommended you to big pharma and pharmaceuticals, and then they're going to make money off your kid. Now when your kid is fucking Robotnik, your kid is fucking Waterboy Bobby Boucher, you know what I'm saying? Now, when he grow up and he do something funny or whatever, then they gonna want to incarcerate him and make money off him again. So all this shit is big business, and they progress off our pain. They capitalize off our pain and constantly trying to keep us like in an unconscious state of mind, people. So we gotta learn thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? We gotta learn thy enemy. Let me go to something else. And I was on Good Day Charlotte. You know how you got Good Day New York, they got Good Day Charlotte. Let me knock this last one in for this fucking time.
4 to 5 divorces originate from women. Women get incredibly bored a lot faster in long-term relationships and marriages than men do. Men, it kind of like goes a little slower over time. Women, it's like, I do, honeymoon phase, boom, couple kids, boom, right? So you just have to understand that's a propensity of the way things usually go. 90% of alimony flows to women. 80% of custody orders are awarded to mothers. There is zero incentive in family law, the way that it's written throughout most of the Western world, for women to behave well in a divorce. 50% of first marriages fail, 75% of second marriages. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't get in a plane with a parachute if they said, well, there's about half a chance this parachute's going to open. How can you minimize those risks? I know a lot of guys want to reproduce, they want to have kids, they want to leave a genetic legacy. I get it. She has to enter your frame and you must control it. 4 to 5 divorces originate from women. Women get
We ain't gonna even elaborate on that. But y'all heard the end part. She has to get in your frame and fall in line, fellas. But y'all have to be able to lead also as well. Y'all have to be able to lead so she can fall in line. And leading don't mean tricking. Leading don't mean you paying to be in a relationship and you got to constantly pamper her and do all this magical, tragical, radical shit. You know what I'm saying? She has to fall in line if she want to fuck with you. Because women choose who get the pussy, but men choose who gets married. Remember that, brother. We have the final say on who gets married. They have the final say on who gets the pussy. We have the final say on gets married. So we'll elaborate on more things later on. I'll do another blog probably tomorrow in the daytime or something when I'm up, because I'm going to conclude this one, you know, because I did 2 blogs tonight, and I'm about to post both of them on YouTube and on Instagram. Check out my new video, please, people. Please support my new video on YouTube. Share it. If it's on Instagram, share it and show everybody, people. Anyway, I'm Oxygen, Iron.